This is question 12 on problem solving from section 1 of the 2019 ECAA. So we're given a calendar for the month of May, a particular year. These two circled Mondays indicate bank holidays. And we're told that a ferry runs between two ports, and these are the hours that the ferry runs on Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays, and Monday to Friday. We're told that a crossing takes 50 minutes, and there's a 10-minute stopover time between crossings, which is 10 minutes Monday to Friday, or 20 minutes Saturday, Sunday, and bank holiday. Therefore, what is the maximum number of crossings that a ferry can make in this 1 month? So where to begin? We can see that we have two different problems going on. So we have a separate situation for Saturdays, Sundays, bank holidays compared to Monday to Friday. So maybe it's best to work with each of these individually for now, then combining them at the end. So how are we going to work out the number of crossings? Well, firstly, we want to know how many crossings we can get into each of these days based on these working hours. And so how can we go about that? We know a crossing takes 50 minutes, but we're not just going to divide this time up into 50-minute sections because we know we need this extra stopover time. And so what we need to consider is the time between departures. So, for example, for Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays, the time between departures is the 50-minute crossing plus the 20-minute stopover. So that brings us to 1 hour and 10 minutes. So if it departs at 9:30, then the next departure will be 1 hour and 10 minutes later at 10:40. And similarly, what's the time between departures for Monday to Friday? There's a 10-minute shorter stopover time, and so this will just be 1 hour. Therefore, what can we do with this information? Well, we can combine the time between departures with the hours of work and work out the number of daily crossings. If we can work out this, then we can extrapolate this across the whole month, then find out our number of monthly crossings. So how many daily crossings are there on Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays? Well, we're dividing up this time between 9:30 and 4:10 into hour and 10-minute sections. Maybe it's simplest just to go through the different times of departure. So after our first journey will be 1 hour and 10 minutes later at 10:40, plus 1 hour and 10 minutes is 11:50, 1 o'clock, 2:10, 3:20, then 4:30. But we've overshot here slightly. But let's just stop and think about how many runs we could get between the ports in this day. So we know these each correspond to 1 run, 1 crossing. But what can we say about this one? Well, if we take off the 20-minute stopover, because we won't need this at the end of the day, then this is actually going to arrive at this port at 4:10. And we'll see that this actually fits within our time frame. And so indeed we can get 6 journeys in without overshooting this time, if we factor out this final 20 minutes. So our number of daily crossings for Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays is 6. And now for Mondays to Fridays, if it's 1 hour between departures and we're starting at 10:30, let's do the same thing again. So after 1 crossing, we'll be at 11:30 by our next departure, then 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. But our time only goes up to 2:20. But let's think about what we did last time. If we take off the final 10 minutes of stopover from the last journey, this is going to arrive at 2:20, and indeed this falls within our time frame. So we can confirm that we get 4 journeys in every day, Monday to Friday. So we now know how many crossings there are each day, and we should be able to extrapolate this to how many there are each month. And so let's get rid of the time between departures because we don't need this anymore. If we have 6 daily crossings for Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays, what does that become on a monthly basis? So we need to know how many of these days there are in this month of May. So let's count up. We have 1 bank holiday and the weekends, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10 for this last bank holiday. So we have 10 Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays. What about Mondays to Fridays? So there are 31 days in the month. 31 minus 10 is 21. So how many monthly crossings do we have total from each of these sections? 6 times 10 is 60, and 4 times 21 is 84. So what's our total number of crossings in a month? 60 plus 84 is 144. And so we know this must be the maximum number because we've not wasted any time. We've used the entire windows of opportunity in these hours of work, and we've taken into account our stopover times, etc. So 144 is our final answer, and this corresponds to B.